The shadows of the mountain. Jeff and Katy had always dreamed of escaping the city. When they found a colossal house in the mountains, they believed fate had smiled upon them. The mansion was ancient, its windows tall, its walls breathing silence. It seemed almost too grand for the two of them, but the air was clean and the view stretched endlessly. The house came with a caretaker, an older woman named Morgana. Her voice was low, her eyes never blinking long enough, and her presence heavy like mist. At first, Morgana was helpful. She prepared meals, tended to the fire, and showed them the hidden corners of the house. But Jeff noticed something odd. Every time they ate, he felt lightheaded, and Katy would grow pale. "Maybe it's the altitude," Katy whispered, trying to convince herself. But Jeff wasn't so sure. One night, unable to sleep, Jeff followed Morgana. She carried a lantern down to the basement, her steps deliberate, as if she knew the path by heart. The door to the cellar was locked. Still, he marked the place in his mind. The next day, Morgana left to gather wood from the forest. Jeff seized the chance and descended into the basement. The air was damp and foul, heavy with the scent of rot. Chains rattled faintly before his eyes adjusted. There, in the dark, he saw them. Figures, men and women, frail and skeletal, shivering and chained against the wall. Their eyes widened at his presence, silent mouths begging for salvation. These were not strangers. They were the former owners of the house. Jeff's stomach churned. He realized Morgana had been poisoning them too, keeping them weak, keeping them alive but never free. He ran upstairs, desperate to warn Katy, but when he burst into the kitchen, she was already lying on the floor, her lips blue, her chest barely rising. "Katy!" he cried, dropping to his knees. His heart pounded as he shook her, begging her to wake. A shadow moved behind him. The blow came fast, sharp, and final, wood striking the back of his skull. Jeff collapsed beside Katy, his vision blurred, the world tilting as Morgana's figure loomed above. "You shouldn't have gone downstairs," she whispered. Her voice was calm, almost maternal. When Jeff awoke, darkness surrounded him. His wrists burned, iron biting into his skin. He was chained, just like the others. Katy lay beside him, barely conscious, her eyes wet with terror. From above, the creak of footsteps echoed. Morgana's song drifted down, a lullaby twisted into something cruel. Time blurred into an endless night. Days passed, marked only by the scraping of bowls across the floor and the sound of locks clicking. Jeff's hope withered. He understood then. The house was never theirs. It belonged to Morgana and her collection. The mountain kept its secrets. And Jeff and Katy became shadows in the basement, lost to the silence, waiting for the next unsuspecting dreamer.